Hello, my name is Zachary Vogelsang, and this is my change over time video. And in this video, I'll explain how my mindset has changed using this, my mindset map. And in this, I'll show you how my mindset has changed over time. Okay, so let's start at the beginning with my last teacher, Miss Karang. What do you think my mindset was as I left your class?
Mindsets that I was especially grateful for that you were sharing them in our homeroom. There was a lot of independent thinking. You applied a lot of knowledge and past experiences and brought it to our learning. There was a lot, you definitely strived for excellence. I also saw you creating. You were just a phenomenal creator, especially in writing. So when you left fourth grade last year, there were a lot of those mindsets in place. What I did see too was some fear and anxiety, and I wonder if that was part of this whole transition that you are making, coming into this new space, coming into these new learning experiences, and it certainly was different from anything that you came from, and so I knew that you were making that transition. And so part of me thought that there was that area of persisting that I knew you had in you, and that you had to go through that fear and anxiety to get to the other side. And so over this year, I've seen quite the shift in that persisting and the thinking and communicating with clarity, in that you don't allow, sometimes I think in the beginning, the fear and the anxiety were parts that made you make decisions that maybe I think there was a part where I felt like persisting was challenging for you. And so but that was because there was fear and anxiety. And this year what I've noticed is just I see this increase in confidence in you. Maybe it's a confidence in yourself, feeling comfortable in our space now and with the people that you're learning with. And so I see this confidence, and I don't see a lot of that fear and anxiety. Like I said, that could have been attributed to all of the transitions you are making, but definitely see you glowing almost, you understand who you are, you understand your skills, you understand yourself as a learner, and so you proceed with confidence in all that you do.
Okay. How did you think I managed my impulsivity?
I thought you managed it really well. I always saw you as one of the role models in our homeroom. You modeled maturity, you modeled responsible thinking, and you were overall just a wonderful citizen. So when I think about just impulsivity in boys, or impulsivity that I might see in other children, I thought that you did a great job having control of yourself.
Okay, thanks. How do you think I've grown as a learner?
Like I said, I've noticed a lot of confidence in you growing. I love the way when you wonder, and I used to see this a lot last year too, when you would wonder and you would think about it. And I'm not sure what you did with that wonder. And this year, when we were working on these two projects that we had this year, you would wonder and then you would dive right in. And that was really exciting to see you do that, because that's what we're growing here, right? We want to empower our children. We want them to be curious about the world around them. And so I love the way you do that. You wonder and then you dive in, and there is nothing that stops you when you're on that track of learning. And so being a learner, I think that's pretty exciting to see. I also love your independent thinking. You don't need others to compliment you or anything about what what your needs might be. You think independently. I don't see you succumbing to a lot of the peer pressure around you. You know, if you have a thought, that you are bold and audacious in that thought and in that opinion, and you're still open to others' thoughts and perspectives as well. And so, like I said, I find that just such a great part of our learning community, and to be able to have conversations about that with you. I also love that you're a problem solver. You know, your eyes are open and you're looking around and you're listening, and you're able to design and be a true design thinker and thinking about our environment, thinking about people's needs always, and you're always thinking about like problem solving. Like, I'm disappointed that we couldn't do a lot of that last year, you know, with the design thinking. And so I see that a lot from you this year, that problem solving mindset where you're listening, you're looking, you're empathetic, and then you go, like I said, when you're wondering about things, you dive right into thinking and problem solving, which is certainly what we need in our campus and like in our world.
Thank you for this interview, and this was really good, and thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Okay, so as we can see from the video, at the start of the year, my mindset was a bit of a leader, but I was scared of learning in this new unknown space, and that set me back. Now, a little in the future, we can see my first group project at school, the boat.
My friends helped me design a boat, and I made it. And I felt pretty good on how it standing on the ground with all those rafts and the air tank that came up with. And we got only 3 pieces of paper, so I did this little box. I flipped it upside down so the water, so there's air on the bottom, so we held it the air tank, and then so I could hold it. And then I put 2 rafts if the air tank wasn't successful, and then I put another little bucket, I could just call it, to hold the pennies. And we got in the total of like 73 pennies. My name is Ray, and I think Zach did a great job leading the group, and Kayla did a great job being cameraman. But he made a small mistake by flipping the camera, and it was funny, but I was okay with I didn't really care as long as Mr. C says that it was good. But I think our team did really good with the boat and our collective. Hi, I'm Kale, and I'm the cameraman, and I was really excited about how much the coins we got. We got 76 pennies in there. Yay! I am Kale, and I am the cameraman, which I said wrong the entire time, but it was great working with this group, and I'm really excited for having 76 coins. The dinghy probably beat everybody. And here's Blash Noise. What's up? What's up? So he's gonna get launched. Woo! Wait. Okay.
So, hello, I am Zach, and sorry about that cut, but, so I am like the editor of our group. I did most of the editing into this. Ray helped me on that quite a bit, and, also Kale helped a little bit, I guess. And so what I learned about myself in collaborating is I'm an okay collaborator. I like to work with my friends. I like to make sure everything's going smoothly. Stuff like that. And I'm pretty good at it, actually. Pretty good at what I like to do. What I like to do. So, I'm a fine collaborator, not the best in the universe, but that's okay. Nobody is. mindset would be a little more of a comfortable with my new atmosphere, and now a bit of a leader. Okay, so what do you think my mindset was in the Maker Math project?
So your mindset, you were contributing to the project a lot. We didn't really argue. You'd want to help, and I think it was really good.
How do you think I managed my impulsivity? Like, was I impulsive?
So we decided what work we would do, which person would do what. Then me or you, we decide what and we do it. I don't think you would get distracted or mess around or rush through it. You do your work good. So like the division thing or the coding thing, if I said, oh, you have to do this while I do this, you get your work done. And I think you always do that. It's not like something that you do just in this project.
How do you think I've grown in working with others?
You're good at working with others. Like, we didn't really get into an argument. That is true, right, Zach?
Yeah.
And we didn't get into an argument.
Was I a good partner?
Of course you are. Zach is a good partner, so you are a good partner. And how do you think you've grown in working with others? Well, it's kind of what I said before with the last question. We'd work together to decide who would do what, and then we'd both go separately, do it, then come back together, meet up, say, okay, I did this, I did this, and then we'll revise each other's work, and then we'll go back, do that, keep repeating this process until it ended.
Okay, yeah. Thank you for your time, and this has been really good.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, so what do you think my mindset is like as of now?
What I think I've noticed this year is that the flexibility of our space has really grown your mindset in your habits of mind and how you think about yourself as a learner. I see you more comfortable taking risks, communicating, collaborating with others. I feel like you really come into this space where you feel good about yourself as a learner and you feel more confident, not just as a learner, but as a person too.
Yeah.
In a space with a lot of other people. So I feel like you've developed this mindset that you can do anything type attitude, that you're okay with being in this space of not knowing what might happen, being a flexible thinker and a flexible learner. And you've really grown in your leadership skills. You got a mindset of a leader, someone who wants to always engage and always question and always be curious and always thinking deeply about your work and how it affects you and people around you. So I feel like your mindset, how has it grown? Not in just one way. I mean, I feel like you've grown overall in so many different ways. And I think about you've grown more, just as much, if not the most, of any student in having a growth mindset and being confident in who you are.
How do you think I've managed my impulsivity?
Oh, I'm not sure that you had, from what I remember, a problem with being impulsive in a bad way.
Okay.
I think that you've learned to manage yourself and regulate yourself overall in a lot of different areas.
And how do you think I've well, you kind of already answered this, but how do you think I've grown as a learner?
I think the most you've grown as a learner is the agency, meaning like you have an understanding of who you are and being really honest with things you don't know and taking control of using all the resources at your fingertips to grow and not being that guy that sits and waits there and says, teach me how to learn. But I feel like setting up the conditions for you to be comfortable and have relationships with myself, Mrs. Aarons, all the guys, everyone in the class, I feel like you've grown in so many different amazing ways that we can't necessarily put on paper. You've grown in so many awesome ways this year, Zach, and we're so proud of you. And we're happy to have worked with you this year, and we're going to miss you next year when you're in 6th grade.
Thank you for your time. This has been really nice, and thanks for the interview.
Thank you, Zach.
So, there you have it. My mindset now is a leader, a flexible learner, and I have a questioning attitude. Thank you for listening, and goodbye!